This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Darkside Phil here, and welcome to a very anticipated event. Today, per years of requests, I am going to react to my very own Down the Rabbit Hole video.
Wow! By the way, has received a $100 tip. Whoa! Whoa, there's a whale! A giant whale! That's cool, there's a giant whale.
The King of Hate. Philip himself claims that this nickname was earned due to the unpopular opinions he touts and because he uses the hatred against him as a motivator, but other tournament goers tell a different tale. They claim that he received this nickname because of his bouts of rage, argumentative disposition, and poor conduct.
Wrong. Completely wrong. That's what people on the internet like to say because they want to slander me, but that's completely false. The truth of the matter is I invented it, and yes, it was meant to be a motivator. You guys hate me, fine. Well, I'm going to hate back on you, and I'm going to use that to motivate myself to do well in a competitive way. That's how I always did. Whenever in my life, whenever someone said to me, Phil, you're not good enough. You're a scrub. That was the term back then. You're a scrub, right? You say I'm a scrub, fuck you. Now I'm going to remotivate myself to get better at the game and come back and beat you guys because you said that I suck. That was how I operated back then. I thrived on the hate of others in order to motivate myself to keep going and prove them wrong. That's how the moniker came to be. It doesn't matter what other shit anyone else has made up over the years. That's how it existed, at least in the reference to the Street Fighter community, okay? These idiots always wanted to make jokes about, everyone hates Phil, so he's the king of hate. No, that's not what it really was. It wasn't because I had bad conduct. In fact, completely unlike what Frederick Nugent just said, but that was common belief. In person, I was the nicest fucking guy you could meet. Alright? You can find these results all over the internet, that I won all these tournaments. But no one wants to admit it. Instead, all they do is point to this one result and say, Phil only won the one inferior tournament that, and he didn't even win it, he got 4th place, but he only did well in his inferior version. It's bullshit. Year after this, I was doing well competitively. But it's funny how we all want to forget that and act like it never happened to try to pass this fucking narrative that Phil sucks. Why did they want to pass that narrative? Because people online didn't like me because I was a shit talker.
At this point, I've now been doing this for 11 years. I'm not going to change. You know what I mean?
I was set up that I was walking into a parking lot and all of a sudden there's Jaha and Mike Watson in my face. And they're basically saying, ha, we finally got you. Who the fuck do you think you are, you piece of shit, to talk shit online? That's it. We're going to fuck you up. All right? And I'm going to tell you the entire truthful story because the story has been spun a lot of different ways. All right? At that point, I was staring right at Mike Watson. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I actually have no idea what I said to you because I just have no recollection. And he's like, you're full of shit. He's like, I don't believe you. I'm going to beat your ass. And I was like, no. I put my hands behind my back like this. And I said, you got to do what you got to do. If you feel like it's going to make you feel better to hit me, then go ahead. I guess I deserve it. And he's like, well, I don't understand then. Why did you say those things? And I was like, dude, I'm an alcoholic.
What? What?
I admitted it to him right there. I was like, I'm an alcoholic. I drink too much all the time, and I just can't control myself when I do it. And, at that point, I actually started crying.
Like, it's been tough. My life has been tough over the last decade. It has.
Because I felt so bad about everything that I had done and how stupid I was as a person that I thought that it was okay to just fuck with people online and be a really nasty person to people online in general. That I just kind of broke down right in front of him. And basically, he believed me. And he was like, all right, well, I'm just going to tell you right now, don't ever do this shit ever again. Because if you do, you're going to get your ass beat. All right? And that's kind of where we left it. And the next day, funny enough, guess who I had to play in tournament? Mike fucking Watson. I had to play him. Now, you can just imagine, all right? I had to play this guy in tournament the day after he was going to beat my ass, and I had to admit to him the reason that I was such an asshole is because I was an alcoholic, right? He was the only person I'd ever admitted this to in my life. My parents didn't even know. Okay? So, I have to play him in the tournament. I'm like, oh boy, how's this gonna go, right? Holy shit. So, I pick DJ. Now, most people know that DJ is actually one of my competitive characters who I use in Super Turbo, but he's known as a mid-tier character. That means he's not a high-level tournament character. Oh, my controller batteries, I'll have to fix that. Mike Watson picked his main character, Balrog, okay? I beat him. Convincingly. It wasn't close. I basically, like, beat him. And you could see how fucking upset he was when I beat him in the tournament.
Listen, I'm a failure. I mean, I am narcissistic. Let's face it, I'm incredibly narcissistic. Everyone knows.
I didn't even know Let's Plays existed. I'd never even seen one before. I just started doing my own videos. I called them playthroughs. That's what I called them. I started using the term playthrough in 2008. I'd never seen anyone use it before. But all of a sudden, years after I started using it, everyone else started saying that too. And I was like, but I was the first person to use it. I thought I had invented the term. Now, maybe I didn't. Okay, I don't know. Click the ads. And that's what happened. In the months of November and December of 2010, my ad revenue went from like $200 a month to, you ready for this? That first month, I made $18,000. Not even half the month had passed yet in December, and I made another $13,000. Okay? So within 2 months, over 30 grand. All right? This is insane. There's no way this is going to continue. I'll be rich. I'll be filthy rich for the rest of my life if this continues. Right? Mid-December, I get a message from YouTube. Dear Mr. Burnell, we have detected invalid clicking activity on your videos.
Oh, too bad. Oh, no. It didn't work.
Therefore, as a result of said activity, we are suspending. We're not turning off. We're not completely removing. We are suspending your AdSense account. However, it was an indefinite suspension. And what that means is I didn't know if or when they were ever going to turn my AdSense account back on. There was no chance anytime soon, obviously. There was no appeals process or anything like that. It was just, it's done. You're screwed. You can't make any more money on your videos on YouTube anymore. Okay? It wasn't until I lost my job, people felt bad for me and started going crazy trying to help me out way too much that YouTube said, this can't possibly be valid, and then they basically took it away from me. Okay?
Freak.
Rejected from Blip.
When competing with others in online games, he would always degrade his opponent. If he won, he would profess his opponent's lack of skill, and if he lost, he would accuse the opponent of illegitimate tactics, or he would complain of faulty controls.
That's called cheating, and that's what everyone does online, which is why you shouldn't fucking play online. You keep asking for me to do it, so I gotta do what my fans want, so hope you enjoyed this real shit-fest session I had tonight. It's funny that he's pulling this out of context, saying this is just what I did all the time. I mean, in reality, yes, I did rage and make fun of people online all the time. Again, that was my online persona. That was my that was my shtick. That's what I was doing to be popular on YouTube.
No, really, Goji Tanks, I have something to tell you, Goji Tanks. It's very important. Listen to me. Fuck you. You suck. You literally come on here every week with your insanely bad internet connection, and you ruin the experience for me and my viewers because you're wasting my fucking time. Like, literally, you are wasting my time because every match against you is illegitimate. You're a laggy piece of shit. If you get better internet and you want to come challenge me for real, please do. But in the meantime, you're the biggest fucking scrub in this game and you suck ass.
I didn't see anything wrong with it. Today, yeah, I probably could say, yeah, I see something wrong with it. Especially because, one thing that I will distinctively tell you guys, I love how we're freeze-framed at this when I'm talking about this. One thing that I will distinctively tell you guys, a difference here, is that at first we were of like mind, and then as we were together longer and longer, that's basically why we grew apart. Because we were basically kind of like two different age ranges and generations, you know? I was in one mindset where I wanted to go with my life, and she was in a different, completely different mindset where she wanted to go with her life, and those paths weren't aligned anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was directly because of the age. And that's my fault. I'm the one who willingly engaged in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing legally wrong with it, but age-wise, it kind of didn't make sense at first. You know, oh, we both like games or whatever. It kind of makes sense. But then over time, it's like, what the hell was I thinking? You know what I mean?
Any people who are going to be drama queens right now, I'm just going to ban them because I'm trying to do video here. If you haven't noticed, there's people purposely trying to derail me. And I'm not going to put up with this, so I'm just going to ban those people right now so I don't have to deal with them, and then we can continue and focus. Banned, 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 banned. Gone. Forever.
Function of such an...
The funny part about all this, if you look at the videos on the right, look at this. DsP gets DDoSed and swatted, blames the internet for why he could have almost died. Blames the internet. Well, who should I blame? Who else called the fucking... Like, what? Of course. Almighty Tevin, you fucking genius moron.
Shout outs.
Oh, who do you think I would blame? I didn't call out myself. Someone tried to fucking hurt me. Who else do you fucking blame, right? Like, what is wrong with you? You're a fucking idiot clickbait piece of shit. Oh, I gotta fucking make a video about it, make fun of Phil because he got swatted. He said it's the internet's fault. No shit, it's the internet's fault. First of all, to clarify everything, it was a tiered reward system. It was not, oh, if Phil raises $1,000 on Patreon, $1,000 goes to Project 7. That's not what it was. It was like, oh, raise $250, you guys get one reward. Raise $500 this month, you get another reward. Raise $750, you get another reward. And if you happen to raise $1,000, the tier goal is that. It's like kind of like when I put on my vest, it's not $150 for the vest. It's that we already got the glasses, we already got the hat. Now you complete the ensemble with the vest. It's a tiered reward system. You understand that, right? Everyone gets that. Today you get that. But back then people wanted to be assholes. And of course they wanted to spin everything in a way that was completely untrue. So they were saying, oh, you see what Phil did? He had a high-ass tiered goal. Or not tiered, they didn't even say that. Forget the tier system. Act like it doesn't exist. Phil had a high goal on Patreon of like $750 or $1,000. He pocketed the money, kept it, and never did anything with it because he never made Project 7. Okay? Which is not how it works. That's not how tiered rewards work at all. But this is how people wanted to spin it. They wanted to spin it so simplistically to make me look like a villain. Alright? We did hit the goal that month. Okay? When it was time for me to start taking time away from my streams, I announced it to everyone. I said, guys, this coming week, I'm going to have to stop streaming. I'm going to have not, at least either night streams or entire streams where I'm not streaming. And this is going to reduce the amount of gameplay we do and the amount of fun that we have together because I'm going to have to work on Project 7. The feedback I got at that time directly from my viewer base was, no, don't do it.
Silver-tongued talker, right? Oh, I'm just going to say it one way, and hopefully you'll believe it, even though that's not the truth. And that's literally what's happening here. The guy's a liar. The guy's a fucking blatant liar and lying to everyone. But people are believing it because they don't know any better.
Forget it. Forget about that thing. We really don't want it. You know, we don't understand why you even put it as a goal. It's not a big deal. We're not really into it. Now, admittedly, there were people who were into it, who had pledged to my Patreon for it, right? They weren't the same people who were talking to me on my streams. But I saw those people on my streams as my direct customer base. The people who were giving me support every day. So, yeah, I basically was listening directly to the people who I saw every day and not to the people who were financing my Patreon, okay? So, what happened? The detractors jumped on it. Wait a minute. Phil's not making Project 7 again? Oh, how disingenuous. What a liar. What a scam artist. And I'm not kidding you. People started saying things like Phil pocketed $1,000 and didn't make Project 7.
He also made promises for other videos with high monetary goals on Patreon. For example, his patrons voted for him to make a best and worst moments montage of his playthrough of Alan Wake, which was to be released that September. However, after the first part received weak viewership, he decided against fulfilling that obligation.
Oh, but Phil scammed them again. Another month where he didn't do his goal.
Again, this happened right at the same time as Project 7, by the way. Project 7 was like a month before, and then there was this. It like happened boom, 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 everything at once.
My viewers told me not to do it. They said, please do something else. This is boring. I was wanking my crank. I was pulling my putt. I was spanking the monkey. I pulled out the trouser snake for a walk. I was absolutely doing that on the stream.
Abso-freaking-lutely, I got caught. Okay? Are you crazy? But what's hilarious about the whole situation is some assholes actually had the audacity to actually make up a conspiracy theory stating that I made the whole thing up and it was staged. They actually, to this day, believe that. They believe that I made it up. Like, yes, it was my master plan that this would be on the internet. Abso-freaking-lutely, right? Some people claim I did it in front of thousands of children. Wrong. I did it on a pre-stream and not a pre-stream podcast. Back then, a pre-stream was just me running music and slides. Actually, it wasn't even music. It was the PlayStation dashboard theme and slides until I came and talked for a little... Oh, until I came. Until I, started talking on stream. Bad choice of words.
Oh, splashed, and then it got on my hand. So my hand's, like, sticky, and it fucking splashed all over me. What the hell? During the production of this video, Philip and Leanna broke off their relationship after Philip discussed Leanna's personal medical issues in a vlog. Philip now lives alone in his condominium.
Here's what really happened. We had already not had a relationship for almost 2 years, all right? And it was really bad to the point where we had already broken up.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
Exactly when, I don't remember, but it was definitely before that day when this happened. She was in the actual process of moving out. What she was actually doing was working with her friends to figure out, you know, the timeline or whatever.
She was too young for me. We were two different people who wanted different things from life, but never really sat down to discuss that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching DSP Reacts to Down the Rabbit Hole, Dark Side Phil. Let's bust out our mobile phones and let's get ready to play mobile games. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. That I just can't help it. By eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.